What's going on, everyone? Today's episode, we're going to take a look at the Grim3D from ThisHeavyEarth. All right, you guys, today we're taking a look at the Grim3D. Shay does a phenomenal thing over there, and I'm a big fan of the Grim series. I've got a whole thing on it where I compared all of them. This is actually the only one I don't own yet. So this is on loan to me from truck driver Sean. So kudos to him. But yeah, I wanted to see how well it is. I just haven't got around to buying it yet. And I'm going to run it in front of my JCM900. Not really looking to do anything too crazy with it. There's tons of videos out there, but I just kind of wanted to give my opinion on it and see how it sounds. So we'll get into the sound samples, and then we'll talk about the pedal at the end. Yeah, and we'll go from there. All right, you guys. So let's talk about the pedal just for a minute. So it's a Grim3D. Basically, we've got all of the internal controls on the Grim 3, and they're all on the outside. We've also got a effects loop built in here on the side, as well as, you know, you have your top inputs. Now, this does have a built-in spectral gate. What I'll say is that I'm not a big fan of the built-in gate. I think the standalone pedal reacts better than the Grim3D's built-in. Maybe it's just me or whatever. There's some delay that you can hear it as the gate is shutting. I don't know. It doesn't feel as responsive as the standalone spectral gate. And that just maybe it's because it's inside of the pedal. I don't know. I don't know all the details, but that's what I'm feeling so far. What I will say is that instead of a built-in gate, what I personally would prefer is to have the effects loop on an on-off button, something I can turn on and off. Make it so that it was you can use it with or without the blend. Or so like when the pedal is off, you can use the loop. So if you want to put reverb or delay and you want it with or without the distortion, you can do that. Or if you want to have the gain on and you want to turn the, you know, whatever's in your loop, all your effects, you want to turn those off. I think an on-off button would be, in my opinion, a better gig. At least that's how I would use it. Of course, we have our three-way toggle for clipping. We have none, diode, and then the LED. We do have the bright switch, or a bright knob, I should say. There is a Q down here, and what this does is it kind of shifts the focus on where the bright or the byte is sitting. So this is kind of like a mids boost or a mid push, you know, kind of where it's going to sit in that spectrum. So that's kind of what that does. And then you have your blend knob. What that's doing is it's blending in your clean signal with the wet signal. And then you have a boost for that clean. So I like to run mine generally about almost 80%. I like just a little bit of a clean coming through, and then I'll run that clean boost at about 2 o'clock, give or take. Of course, high, mids, lows to taste. A tight knob, and that's it. It's a phenomenal pedal. It sounds just like the Grim 3. So, you know, there's really not a whole lot to touch on. So anyways, that's my overall opinion. I just think that I would replace the built-in gate for a on-off switch for an effects loop. Again, personal preference, personal taste. Everybody's got their own. So thanks for watching. Tell me in the comments below what you guys thought overall. I'll see you in the next one.